Hello again, though if you are new with us, welcome to the Canting Club. This month's red is from the Italian island of Sardinia, and it's made from the island's most planted grape variety. The locals call it Cannonau, but you probably know it better under its French name of Grenache or its Spanish one of Garnacha. Sards do claim though that Cannonau is its one true name because it's their grape and originated on the island, spreading from Sardinia to Spain rather than the other way round. Most experts disagree, but you can read all about that on the website. Certainly the hot, dry Sardinian climate does seem to suit this grape, and it's one of the few places where it's traditionally been used unblended. Cannonau de Sardegna DOC can come from anywhere on the island, but the best areas are traditionally the middle, the waistband of Sardinia, and especially the area Barbagia, which is just east of centre, close to the town of Oliena. And that, of course, is where this producer is based, Giuseppe Gabbas, probably the most awarded winemaker on Sardinia, the master of Cannonau. This is his entry-level red, called Lillové after the location of the vineyard. Now, Cannonau has thin skins and they're not very deeply coloured, and you can really see that in the transparently pale ruby of this wine. Lovely colour, not deep at all. I suspect also from this colour that the winemaker has been careful to be gentle with the maceration so as not to extract too much tannin from the skins in a wine that's intended to be drunk young. This is a 2016. Beautiful, fragrant nose. It's earthy and floral. Geraniums and violets, and they're laid over very ripe, soft red fruits, cherry, strawberry, and plums that are just beginning to wrinkle into prunes. Despite all that ripeness, it still smells rather fresh, with interesting complexity being added by notes of dried bay leaf and also of cinnamon spice. Really elegant, lovely nose. Now that's dry but sweet fruited. It's got good acidity, especially for this grape, and unexpected elegance for a wine that's 14% alcohol. Yes, it's rounded and warm, but there's a lovely unoaked purity to the ripe red fruit flavours here, plums and cherries, and there's some depth lent to those by a distinct note of licorice. It's almost medicinal, and also a minerally tang of iron in there. There are velvety smooth tannins here too, adding structure and weight, especially on the warm, long, sweet-tasting finish, which is filled with lots of white pepper spice. That iron tang reappears here too, and then eventually fades out into a lingering impression of tea leaves. Whether you call it Cannonau, Garnacha or Grenache, this is a wonderful example of the warm, red-fruited charms of this often underappreciated variety. It reminds me quite a lot of that wonderful Spanish Garnacha we had last year, the 30,000 Marafedias. That was from the Gredos Mountains, and it had a lot of the same fragrance and purity and the mineral streak too. But that wine was Garnacha at its most Pinot Noir-like. And I think this one is perhaps more true to the grape in its rich, warm spiciness. It's certainly a lovely example of the lighter side of Cannonau de Sardegna, a wine that all too often is hot with alcohol, 15% and up, and thick with mouth-puckering tannins. But, as this delightful red surely proves, when it's good, it's very, very good. Cheers.